I heard such a good quote this week from an MIT professor named Jonathan Gruber. And I'll just go ahead and say the quote. He said, "It's up to us." And it really stuck with me because a woman who was asking him the question on the podcast said, "Can AI fix the economy?" And his answer was, "It's up to us." And I think that's such a good way to answer that question, because he could have gone into this long rant about how AI can make our economy better or make our economy worse. But at the end of the day, these questions can really be answered on how are we going to adapt and how are we going to make these things the best in the economy, right? Like, it's up to us to implement these things in the best way we possibly can. AI is not going to automatically just make our lives a living hell. It's going to be up to us to implement AI into the economy so that we can make it the best possible solution for everyone. Now, I know that's, it's a big responsibility, but it just goes to show you that there's this book called Extreme Ownership. And when you look at things, a situation where you can say, hey, what can I do? What do I have control over to make this situation better? It makes it so that you feel like you can control the situation better than you maybe thought you could, right? A lot of people feel like, man, I have no idea. Like, AI is going to ruin my life. It's going to take my job, or it's going to, corrupt the youth or something like that, or like make us go to war, all these things. But if you take a step back and you say, okay, what can I do to make sure AI is going to be the best thing for the society that it possibly can? What are the things that I can really do? Well, I can use ChatGPT to help me write emails so that I can respond to customers better. I can use ChatGPT and I use ChatGPT for the most part, or Gemini. I can use ChatGPT to help me write meal plans for people that are wanting me to work with them as a coach. And if you think about it on that level, and you're thinking about how can I use AI and implement it in a positive way, I bet it gives you some peace of mind to say, okay, I think that a lot of other people are using it this way, and most people are trying to use it as a tool in the best way possible. So that doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect in this world and everyone's going to implement AI and have the best economy ever that it's ever seen, and because there's going to be some downsides to it. But I love this quote because it makes you look internally to say, what can I do to make this the best possible outcome? So if you haven't read the book, Extreme Ownership, very good. Jocko Willink, he has a lot of good stories in there. And highly recommend going to listen to the Chalk Radio podcast where Jonathan Gruber is interviewed and has some really good insight. So that's all I got, guys. It's up to us to make our lives the best possible we can. And thanks for listening to me. Get after it.